Bringing former Labor Senator Stephen Conroy for the day's top stories. Stephen, good morning. I had to just have a look at. I didn't even know where Luton was, just north of London. I do love it when a Premier League newbie, though, arrives. How do you expect them to go?
Well, look, I mean, the betting odds would already have them they go down. A couple of clubs sort of come up and down a bit, and expect them to maybe stick in there for a couple of years. But a brand newbie, it's just fantastic. I actually have a friend from Luton, and he is so excited.
Still drunk?
It is just fantastic.
Well, I mean, you got to support something because you haven't had much luck with Chelsea this year, have you, Stephen?
Look, Chelsea have decided to copy Man United in deciding to jump off a cliff.
Well, we won something this year, at least.
You did.
Maybe even the FA Cup.
Fantastic.
How do you think we'll go in the FA Cup against City? Are we going to stop the treble?
Well, we're all counting on you doing it, and if any team has an incentive to, obviously, the treble that Man U won a few years ago is one of those incredible efforts, and if you want to stand alone on the top of that hill, you've got to beat City in the cup final.
Hey, those scenes of jubilation, would that also mirror the coalition with the departure of Mark McGowan in the West?
Oh, absolutely. They'll be throwing their own private time. He has been a colossus. He has been an extraordinary servant of the people of Western Australia, incredible servant of the Labor Party. He has transformed the Labor Party from that devastating defeat that he himself had when he first ran a couple of years after he became leader, and then has made Labor, and I'm shocked to hear me saying this, that he's made Labor the powerhouse political party, reducing the Liberal Party to 2 seats in Parliament, getting votes as high as 87%, 2PP in seats, winning seats that Labor would just never in 100 years regret. So congratulations to him.
Right.
Magnificent career, and good luck to him. I understand the concept of burnout. I pulled the pin after 20 and a half years in the federal parliament, and he deserves to put his feet up for a little while, have a holiday, spend some time with his family. Just
on that, so we had this conversation last hour on the program. We're seeing it a bit lately. We saw it with Peter Gutwin. We saw it with Jacinda Ardern, and not just politics, but in sporting bodies as well. Generally happens to people, with more pressure at the top of their industries, whatever that may be. What are the signs of that, Stephen? When that moment comes, what's the process behind that?
Well, you know inside yourself when you don't have the fire. You know when you just don't have that drive. And he has achieved everything it is possible to achieve. He has won incredible victories. He carried the state through the COVID period. That hard lockdown, which received much criticism in the media, and so he unfortunately, you reach a point where you just say, and I think he put it best, he said, I just can't be bothered with the conflict anymore. I don't want to be standing here doing press conferences, fighting with the media all the time. And you need to have a steely resolve to deal with that. The 24/7 media cycle has changed politics. It's changed every aspect of our society. Whether you're a business leader, a sports administrator, or a politician, just the relentless grind of being ready for that gotcha moment, that, all of that contributes to, what more can I achieve? What have I got left to prove?
Have you ever felt the urge to go back?
Oh, not a chance. Not a chance in the world. I am completely comfortable in myself that I made the right decision. It was a hard decision. Mark says, you've got a lot of investment, a lot of history, a lot of friendships that you leave behind, and that's a real wrench. But no, I've never had the remote desire to go back into it. I celebrate my friends and my former colleagues that have won government again. I rejoice. I take great joy in seeing a federal Labor government again. But I have no desire. I don't want to subject myself to those exact things that Mark's talking about.
Right, you just prefer the witty repartee here on Sky News.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to talk Chelsea and Man U every day, and I never have to talk about about whether or not the deficit or the surplus is better for Australia.
Yeah. Or the foibles of the RBA. Hey,
oh my God, yeah.
Good to see you, Stephen. Chat to you soon.